going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings don't have a ton of draft picks in this upcoming draft class, but they certainly can make some moves. Potentially moving down from 24 is the most likely to recoup some of those mid-round draft picks, which is the nice part about this draft. So that's something that the Vikings certainly should consider. And Kwesi, Kwesi loves trading. I feel like he's gotten better at it too. Also, I never noticed that Spice Adams. In this original meme, Spice Adams had the tags from the Blazers still on there. It's funny, man. Long story longer. Josh Edwards over at CBS Sports put together a mock draft for the Vikings. Move on down, and we help out the Chiefs because why not? Yeah, Chiefs don't have enough help. But diving on into the mock draft, up at 1, Cam Ward, Abdul Carter at 2. Carter's gonna be great. That is Vontae Mack no matter what. He's going to be a game wrecker. I absolutely love it. I hope that the Browns can find some way to work it out with Myles Garrett, because Garrett and Abdul Carter, let's go. Let's go, man. Shador goes to Giants at 3 if his dad allows it. Hunter goes to the Patriots at 4. I like it. Hunter and Gonzo, and then Hunter as a package play receiver with Drake May. That's pretty good, man. Mason, no, he's not going to be a full-time player both ways. It's just not going to happen, man. Mason Graham to the Jaguars. I like that. I like it. Ted to the Raiders, whoever the hell is quarterback out there. Ooh, Sam Darnold. Yeah. Will Johnson to the Jets. So they're probably losing DJ Reed, but Will Johnson and Sauce, I like it. Yeah, Aaron Glenn, former Jets cornerback, former All-Pro cornerback. Yeah, it's pretty damn good there. Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker is a problem, man. I love that the off-ball edge hybrid pass rusher is in vogue now. Originally it was like Micah Parsons, but now you got Abdul Carter, you got Jelon Walker, who ripped up Texas. Jelon Walker's a problem. Shamar Stewart. I seem like this is a little bit high for Shamar Stewart. Like, I love the athletic profile, but production-wise, yeah. It's a gamble here by the Saints, but yeah. Bears take a Will Campbell over Ashton Jeanty. That makes sense in this spot. Them building on the offensive line, put Campbell at left tackle, set it and forget it. It'll be good to go. Armand Bamboo going to San Francisco. So probably just going to be a right tackle or a guard, right? I don't see him kicking over the left tackle to replace Trent Williams, but Bamboo, he's not going to check all the boxes measurables wise, like in terms of height, arm length, etc. But he's got some physicality. I like it. Ashton Jeanty to the Cowboys. Yeah. Malachi Starks going to the Dolphins. So they're probably going to lose Javon Holland in free agency, and Starks, I like Starks a lot, man. Just his skill set at JoJo. A little bit of Brian Branch adjacent. That's going to be good. Tyler Warren goes to the Colts. I wonder if they'll let him wear Dallas Clark's number, because that's exactly who he profiles as, wearing that fofo. Mykel Williams, the other Georgia edge rusher. I mean, you're betting on the come. You are betting on physical traits here. There's a little bit of Trevon Walker to his game, but the Falcons were 31st in sacks last year. They got to try and get something going, man. James Pierce going to the Cardinals. Got Derek Hammond going to the Bengals as their interior offensive line got gutted by free agency. Colson Loveland to the Seahawks. I kind of like that. I kind of like that fit where, Geno and company, get themselves a nice tight end in Loveland. Going to be good to go. LB3 going to the Buccaneers, helping to replace Godwin. And then you got Walter Nolan going to the Broncos. I hate it. Gosh, darn it, I hate it because it's going to be such a good fit in Denver. Matthew Golden going to the Steelers. They're probably going to be done with Pickens. And Golden, I think, slots in here as a really nice weapon for whoever the hell is going to be quarterback. Tyler Booker. So jumping Jim Harbaugh is always double and triple down on the offensive line, because he's made the case that the offensive line is the most important position group, not only to the offense, but to the entire team. Right? Because as the offense is able to run the ball, control the clock, that's good for the defense. Obviously, it's good for field position, special teams too. And Booker, I like what they're doing out there with that offensive line. Whether it's Rashawn Slater, whether it's Joe Walt, whether it's Tyler Booker, I mean, that's really good. Siobhan Ravel going to the Packers. So I like Ravel medically if he checks out. I think that he could have been up there with Will Johnson for the second cornerback off the board if he had stayed healthy. But Green Bay gets him. They're probably losing Stokes. They're probably parting ways with Jair. Makes sense here at 23. Then you got the trade. So the Chiefs coming up for Kelvin Banks. Thanks, because Yeah, they definitely need some help at tackle. I mean, they got Joe Thuney playing tackle in the Super Bowl and him getting lit up because he's all lit up again. So it doesn't say the trade compensation, but we do have a chart. All right, so the Chiefs have a first, second, an extra third from the Tennessee Titans because of the L'Jarius Sneed tag and trade. See a third, fourth, and then a seventh round comp. So they don't have a fifth or sixth, but beep, bop, 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 boop. So the number 24 overall pick on the updated trade charts is worth $740, and then the Chiefs picks 31, the third rounder 95, and then the fourth rounder 132. Tallies up to 760. Hell, throw in the seventh round pick too. But if the Vikings do move down 7 spots, then they would pick up an extra third and a fourth on top of their third and 2 fifths. So they would still have a first round pick, and then they have 2 thirds, a fourth, and 2 fifths. So ain't bad. Ain't bad in terms of trade. So they take Kelvin Banks, but it's unfortunate because at this stage, like, there hasn't been any of my guys really going off the board outside of Walter Nolan. But then there's a run on my guys. So Kenneth Grant goes to the Texans, and then you got Mike Green going to the Ravens. Like, obviously the Vikings don't have a need for Mike Green, but Booker also went too. So a couple of my guys went right before the Vikings. So, I mean, that could facilitate a trade down where the Vikings, if their dudes are not there at 24, they could trade down, recoup some draft capital, and still get some damn good players as, this draft gets pretty flat between picks about 20 and 50. Simmons goes, Donovan Jackson certainly could have been an option at 24. He goes to the Lions, just whatever. Egbuka goes to the Commies, kind of like that. Ezra Thomas goes to the Bills. They definitely need help in that secondary, though. Now, Thomas, we were able to get Thomas in the third round in one of our mock drafts, and we said repeatedly, like, there's no way that he's going to be there, but still kind of nice. Vikings check in at 31. So, Tyleik Williams from The Ohio State University. This is what Josh wrote. After trading down with Kansas City, the Vikings are still able to address a big position of need. Tyleik Williams is not going to offer much in terms of a pass rush, but he does raise the floor of the run defense. Now, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Kenneth Grant, but could you say that Tyleik Williams is pretty damn close to Kenneth Grant? And you could tell me that the Vikings could trade down from 24, move down 7 spots, still get a run-stuffing nose tackle with some pass rush upside, as well as get a third and fourth round pick? Yeah. I'll be in on that. And Tyleik Williams, he's just a dude, man. All right, so I love having size on the inside, and you could Tyleik Williams develop as a pass rusher and turn into the Vikings Jordan Davis potentially. All right, so 6'3", 327, 2-year starter on the nose for the Buckeyes. Consistently moving the line of scrimmage, handles double teams, 2-gap, and all that stuff. Developing as a pass rusher, but still had 11.5 sacks during his time there at The Ohio State, and also as a true freshman when he was a rotational pass rusher, racked up 5 stacks as he moved all along the defensive line. 82.9 PFF run defense grade, 14 stops. So he's a player that could ascend as a pass rusher if put in the right spot here with the Vikings. And the thing I like about Williams, the thing I like a lot about a lot of these nose tackles is that they don't rack up and stack up like the huge sack numbers. Usually it's because their initial pressure opens things up for someone else, right? And as long as they're consistently pushing the pocket, beating their man, condensing things in front of the quarterback, that's all I care about, because that is going to create opportunities for not only himself, but also his teammates too. And that's something that a D-line coach can work with quite a bit. So overall, I know that Kwesi gets flack for trading down a lot, but if the Vikings are able to move from 24 to 31, get an extra third and a fourth, and also take a player that they probably would have been fine with taking at 24, I think that's a win. I think that's an absolute win for the Vikings. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings trade down in the latest CBS Sports mock draft. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skull production value.